Hey there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Lala and I are here today to talk to you about a book that I just absolutely love. I read it a few months ago, and I was just waiting for the perfect time to be able to talk to you guys about it. And I think now is that time. Specifically because this book is written by an Asian American author, and we are in May now. And May is, among other things, AAPI month, which means Asian American Pacific Islander month. So this is the month where we love to celebrate all our Asian American authors and books that feature those characters. Obviously, we celebrate them all year long, right? But this is the month in May to really be able to highlight those books and authors. So I've been waiting to talk about this book. I actually think it might be one of my favorite children's books of the year that I've read so far. I just absolutely love it, which I think when you see the cover, you're probably going to figure out why it might be one of my favorites. Okay, so what is the book? What is the book? It is Creatures of the In-Between by Cindy Lin. Creatures of the In-Between. Now, you can see, right, obviously from this cover, there's a big dragon on it, right? Well, that might be why I love it so much, part of it. But let's talk about what this book is about. So in this book, this is a fantasy story, and the main character is our a young prince named Jin. Now, he is part of this royal bloodline. His grandmother is the empress of where they live, and the thing about this place is that to become a emperor or empress, you have to bond with a monster. And I don't mean a monster like a big terrifying creature, although some of them are, but it could be just mystical beasts. It could be unicorns, dragons, phoenixes, stuff like that. You have to form a bond with one of these creatures or you're not eligible to become the emperor or empress. So Jin, and it has to be before your 13th birthday. So Jin has grown up in this place, and he has heard all these great stories about his dad before his dad passed away, and the monster that he bonded with, and he's just really he really wants to do this. He really wants to have this experience. He is really, really book smart. He has studied all these monster encyclopedias. He knows about every single creature in them. He knows all their statistics and where to find them and stuff like that. So what's the problem? Why hasn't he bonded with one yet? Well, in the city where they live, there are not that many monsters left. Most of them are on this island nearby called Whisper Island that is super dangerous, filled with monsters and creatures and stuff, but also other dangers too. Now, his grandmother, the Empress, her monster is a phoenix. She does not want him to go to this island. She's like, it's too dangerous, you're too young, I don't trust you. And there's sort of a weird family dynamic between the two where she just doesn't really believe in him, and he has barely any self-confidence at the start of this book, like at all, which is really sad. So, but he knows, because his 13th birthday is coming up, he knows that he has to do this. He has to form a bond with a monster, with a creature. So he decides to run away in the dead of night, and he is going to make his way to Monster Island by himself and do this. But there's a ton of dangers, like I said before, outside of just the monsters themselves of this island. There are lots of other things going on behind the scenes that his grandmother doesn't want him to know about, that he starts to discover. All kinds of weird things and plots and twists and stuff like that. So he has to not only go to this island to try to bond with a creature, but he also has to try to figure out who he is as a person and discover his self-confidence. And, that's just no small task, right? So why did I love this book so much? What is this about this book that was so special? First of all, I thought that the writing was just really, really good. It was, the writing itself was just beautiful. I thought the story was super unique. I loved, in the back of this book, actually, they have this compendium of some of the different monsters, the imperial bestiary of the 3 realms. And it just lists all these different monsters with all their little characteristics and stuff, which is really cool. So, for example, you've got the Baku, which is preferred habitat is on land. Characteristics are it has long nose, small eyes, and tiger-like paws. And its special ability is it devours nightmares. You have also things like dragons, obviously, fox spirits, green crow, golden earth spider, a Kirin, and just on and on and on and on. So I really loved the attention to detail that this book provided. It just built this world and was just so beautifully crafted. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And last but definitely not least, I think what I love the most about this book is Jin himself. I really loved that he was so flawed in the beginning of the book. Like, he was very, I don't want to say weak-willed, because that's not it, but he lacked a lot of self-confidence. He didn't believe in himself. He doubted himself all the time. And I think that absolutely played into the part of the reason why he hadn't, bonded to a monster yet, a creature. So I loved throughout the course of this book watching him make decisions and forge on his own path and really just becoming stronger and more confident. Until the end of the book, I was almost in tears because the transformation that took place with Jin was just absolutely fantastic. So I think this book is really fun if you like adventure stories, if you like fantasy, if you like reading about all kinds of magical creatures, especially ones that you haven't heard of before. Because like I said, there's a ton of them in this book where obviously you've got dragons and fox spirits and phoenixes and stuff like that, but you've got a whole bunch of other ones too that are new and exciting to learn about. So if you like stories like that, if you like stories with lots of character growth, give Creatures of the In-Between a try. I think you will absolutely love it. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds really fun and that you're interested to try it out. If so, please feel free to come get it from Farmington Community Library. It is available there. And also, thank you so very much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.